stories to it. That's not correct. We just have a script. So the script is written, they get that all worked out the way they want to record it, then they go to a recording studio, and we get in the booth, and then they start usually linearly, like on a cartoon, you start page 1, and you'll go through. In the beginning, one of the first cartoon series I did was one called Goof Troop. Do any of you are you? Goof Troop? That, we were ensemble. All of us were in the booth at the same time. There were like 10 of us, and we'd all have microphones, and we did it like a radio play. So Max and I would be back and forth, or PJ or Pete or whatever, and we'd be doing the lines back and forth. We were all together. That's easier. Now, with nonlinear editing, we do it separately. Like I'll go in at Tuesday at 2, and then Mickey will come in the next day, depending on schedule. So I do my lines, like I say, okay, your first line is line 5, and I say, gosh, Mickey, how you doing? You know, and I'll do it like 3 times in a row, and then they say, oh, the second one kind of matches what Mickey did. Yeah, let's take that. And then you move on to the second line, and that's on page 4, and hopefully you've read the script before you go in, so you know what the story is. And you just do that all the way through the script until you get the entire script done. And doing a cartoon these days usually only takes me a couple of hours, really, is about how much they let us have to do an entire script. And that's maybe, 30 pages of dialogue. And we'll do it in about 2 hours, sometimes less.
I mean, how many takes are you usually doing? Because it doesn't sound like a lot of time.
No, it's usually like three takes. Now, what I have to rely on the director for is, I don't know how far Mickey is away from me. Is it, howdy, Mick, what's going on? Howdy, Mick, what's going on? Maybe he's up in a balloon or something. Howdy, Mick, what's going on? You have to rely on the director for that, and and the intensity. If I say, where's Mick? Let's get out of here. You don't know where he is. Is he in a house? If the house is on fire, that's going to change the way I say it. Let's get out of here, Totally colors the way you say the line. So you have to really rely on the director to kind of give you the sense of what's going on, and so that you can get it right.
Y'all, are you geeking out as much as I am right here? Just like sitting here watching it. So, it really takes you, again, like really getting into the mind of Goofy, and you also understanding where in the world are we in this world in the script. Well, what's the most unusual direction that you've ever gotten from a director?
Gosh. I guess I wasn't that good an actor in the old days, because when we first started doing this, there was one where Goofy was supposed to be out of breath, and so the director asked me to run around the block. Yeah, run around the block as fast as I could, so I'd be out of breath. Then I couldn't say the dang line. Gorge, how are you? I was out of breath, so that doesn't work. I decided to fake it after that.
The method acting didn't work out.
That's method acting, man.
So you're talking about technique right there, right? So you've developed your own technique, but I think a lot of us are curious about, is your technique any different when you're playing Goofy for a television series versus Goofy in a film?
Yeah, it totally depends on the project. For example, the new Mickey Mouse shorts, which we're in our about 6th season right now, he's a little rough around the edges. That's kind of retro Mickey. We get to do stuff in that show that we've never been able to do in any other show. When you're talking like, there was one, I knew it was going to be a different series when we had one where Goofy was a zombie. And Goofy's a zombie. We never could have done that in the past. So that was so cool. And then I got to play like Goofy and Goofy's grandmother in one. And you just get to do a lot of weird stuff that we've never done before. So that's different than, say, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, which is written for 5-year-olds and, other little kids. So it's much more gentler. I kind of stretch out my words a little bit more. I'll articulate a little bit more. So, gosh, let's count to 40. 5, 10, and it's a little slower and easier for the kids. Whereas the Mickey shorts, we get to be a lot wilder and higher energy and that kind of stuff.
Southwest is just a really fast and strange area. It's totally a quest.
off the deep end. Goofy doesn't. He's always optimistic. If he falls off of a mountain or something, whoosh, that hurt, you know, and he gets up and gets back on the horse and keeps going. So you find out what his base personality is. And then you kind of, with Goofy, you got to get loosey-goosey and you know, and you just kind of get that feeling, you know, and it kind of gets into you. So you got to become the character. So you got to feel Goofy.
You're like, in a word, Goofy.
Yeah, you got to feel Goofy.
So you didn't do all of this alone, right? Like you had people to help you out along the way.
Yeah.
You had mentors, and so one of your mentors was Dawes Butler.
That's a whole other tandem right there.